You still got time, man. You talking 9:30, right?
I like this beat though.
I know, right?
That's your sexy. It's a hot dog.
That's your sexy. But we paid though.
We brought back the old theme song.
We paid because pretty soon, new music, all that coming soon. Brought to you by Yours Truly. I'm about to get my whole DJ quick. Don't worry about this one right here. Welcome to the Real Sports Show. I'm your host, Miguel, along host, my fellow colleagues. Introduce yourselves.
Dougie Doug.
Mark, aka the Vet.
Be Love.
What?
Be Love, whatever the case may be.
How did you get that name?
The hell I know. Where the hell did that come from? Be Love.
He's like, he said all sensual.
Be Love.
Like, what the fuck? Nigga, gonna put some bass in your voice. And we here to brought you today's news and somebody just tried to call you. And today's topic, we're gonna talk about how the Clippers got fined for tampering. So therefore, guys,
Well, I'm gonna let Doug take the first shot at that one.
Well, what can I say? Good old Doc. Good old Doc. You did it again, boy.
Docky Doc.
You out there tampering with Kawhi while he's in the finals. That is not good. I think actually it's nothing you can really do about it, to be honest, because if you stop him from doing what he's doing, somebody else is going to do it.
That's true too.
very true.
I mean, what we missing here is yes, it's a violation of the NBA rules, sure.
That's true.
But what most people are not focused in on or honed in on is the fact that he's doing it because his team has been struggling for the last, 10, 15 years
That's
to
true.
be credible. So I don't knock him for trying to make the Clippers better, but you have to be penalized for the role that you play. You're not only the head coach of the Clippers, but you're also the president of basketball operations. You know when you signed up and you took that role that there's certain things in that job as the president you can't do. Not while there's an active player playing in the finals right now. And yeah, the NBA did what they were supposed to do. The league rules are set in.
Well, in my personal case here is that, as I told Miguel earlier today, I don't think that players, actually I said this on the last show that we did. I don't think that players, nor coaches, nor anybody in the organization should talk to anybody or tamper with anybody inside of another organization until it's time to go recruiting for that player that you really want on your team. Now, you have teams like you have an opening period when you can go out there and recruit, which is now boosted up to now to June 31st. If I read that correctly, at 6 p.m. June 31st, teams are open up to go talk to players on June 31st. Instead of July 1st, it's now June 31st. So in that time frame,
You just put a day back.
in that time frame, you can talk. You can have your players go out there and recruit and go out there. And I believe by quote from you saying that they're best friends. So of course they're gonna go out there and talk to each other and try to bring themselves in. But to make another note is, I don't like how the NBA does their things here. You have the draft before you have free agency. You don't have free agency before the draft. Why? That's the biggest question on my head.
Well, let me crack off for this one. I believe at the fact you should have your draft before your free agency because you're getting fresh talent. Now, if say like you brand new up and coming team, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You have the fresh talent, Boom, you drafted him. Boom. Now you can surround that face of that organization with the talent he need. Not only the talent he need, the veteran players that he need to mold and keep that fresh talent in the place and teach them the game if they not already generations ahead.
Well, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, you tapping into something that you almost trying to mimic and have them be as close to the NFL as possible, and that's not possible because the NBA has their draft before they open up free agency because it gives teams an opportunity to be able to go out and recruit young talent.
Right.
True.
Something they can build with.
Right.
As opposed to something that's been in the league 15, 16 years and at best all I can get out of you is another year. So that would be why they haven't switched it to where free agency is open before the draft.
But in
Hold on,
NFL,
before you say something, I'm gonna give my opposing option. I think that free agency is a yearly thing.
Yeah.
okay,
Regardless of the off season,
Right.
free agent is yearly all year round.
okay,
But at the end of the season, especially after the finals, is like I say about depending on how the finals go. If it goes 7-7, it determines the draft factor,
Right.
and also it determines the off season and the free agency.
It does, but that piggybacks off of what I just said.
Yeah.
Because if you open up free agency before you do the draft, do I really need to go out and draft? Because if I can fill the open slots that I
It
have
depends on who
with veterans,
It depends on who you scouting in the draft.
but
I got that. But if I
Hold
can
on, you
fill
scouting in the draft,
right.
then on top of that, you scouting in free agency.
right.
So it depends on. It's like
But
one hand. in
if
the
I
other.
can get a vet that's gonna fill that slot that I'm trying to fill for free agency,
Yeah.
do I really
But-
need to draft?
But in the same token,
But
that's
here's the thing.
wrong.
Hold on.
I got
But
you. Hold on.
Hold on. Answer this question. But here's the thing.
Right.
Who would you rather go for that will progress on your team?
The vet. I'm always
Now,
gonna go
what
with
if
the
you get the vet and he don't progress?
vet. How could he not?
Then what? It's a lot of people
Because
that don't
here's the
progress.
thing. It depends on who you're picking and where you're placing.
Right.
You can take any vet and put them on the team as long as they coexist with the team. It's going to work. So then I don't need to draft. Because that young talent that I got to mold and shape and groom to get NBA ready,
Yeah.
I got that already in this vet. I don't need you.
But in the same token, the breath though here is, yes, you might get a vet
Yeah.
that comes on your team prior to, prior to this rookie. In the NFL, what do they do first? They do free agency first to try to fill a void,
Yeah.
right? So you're going to want that player that's going to help out this young rookie in the draft. You're going to try to fill some voids. But you're not going to always have that same amount of money.
But actually-
Wait a minute. You might not get the same amount of money. You might not have that money to pay that vet. So you go out in the draft and get these rookie contracts out there and you pay them less money and get them in the first. You might pay a little bit more money in the first round picks that you might pay. But later on down the draft, there's less money being spent on a rookie contract than it is on a veteran contract. When a veteran, you're going to have on your team that's going to want more money. So I would say open it up at the beginning, open up free agency in the beginning, see what you can get out there in free agency, and whatever talent that you want to build around your team coming in this draft, that young star that's going to come around the draft, let him sit behind that person. Let that person say, well, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how you carry this team. This is how you get.
But now you're wasting talent because at the end of the day, if I draft you, I need you to be day one ready.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day,
Sometimes, though.
But
when I'm
that's genius.
drafting you
Yeah.
is
That's the
this
genius
isn't
for
this
the development
isn't
league.
Right.
this isn't the NFL where you can pick in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, or 6th round, and we're not expecting you to play
See, the
right
difference
away.
between the NBA and NFL, NBA has the development league, which is the G League.
Right.
But
Which is you can send a person down there and they can also play the summer league. Something.
right, I understand that, and
Which is
most-
a lot. Which
most-
is a lot of name like
Right.
top name players that you haven't seen in a long time
Right.
plays.
Right.
In the
You,
league.
you have to
In the
do
league.
that anyway. You're
Yeah.
going to that league anyway. But
Yeah,
it still
but-
doesn't take away from.
Not every rookie comes out of college and goes to the G League because simple fact, you got rookies that's in college that's already NBA ready.
Right.
Yeah.
And when they're NBA ready, whether they stay 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever the case may be, when they're NBA ready, they're NBA ready, so they can fit right now.
Right.
That piece right
But
now.
I'm gonna fault you for that one. You can become. You have some people who come out in the draft that's NBA ready.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really NBA ready. It's a mind thing. You think you're ready for the big time, but you're not ready because when you get in the game, you're like, okay, what's going on?
I can agree with that because you got to build chemistry around that team.
Yeah, you gotta build chemistry, but
because you're the rookie of the team,
right. But if you
And-
want to
and you're
have,
the rookie of the team, you
I'm sorry.
gotta show out.
If you want a national tournament in college, March Madness, you the MVP of March Madness. No matter what team you go to, when you go into the NBA, they're gonna be ready for you to start right then and there
Well,
because of what you've done. It's all about what you've done leading up to the
that
NBA,
goes back
getting
to-
drafted by college.
That goes back to what I just said. At the end of the day, they all are going to shift.
But it
to
depends
that.
on if the teams. Not to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Depending on what the team is like, okay, if you coming out college, say you small forward, 6'6", you got a lot of teams gunning for you, and a lot of teams, not too many people have small forwards. So yeah, you have to be day one ready.
But if you come out,
You have to be day one ready.
If you coming out of
but if you coming out of college and you 6'6", small forward, somehow how many pounds, and you coming off the bench, you gotta prove yourself. Anything now is like
But you gotta prove yourself in any sport.
Yeah,
It don't matter.
you gotta prove
if you
yourself.
come out of college and you saying that you scoring 30, you getting 30 points a game, you getting 7 rebounds a game, you making 8 assists a game. In each game, you getting that every game that you playing in college. You getting your money, you getting whatever. They draft you out of college. All of a sudden, you go in the NBA, get numbers dropped down to 15-6, maybe 15-6 and possibly 2.
But see, that comes with adjustment.
But
Right.
That definitely comes with adjustment because when you first come into the league, you might not be dropping 30, and not too many of the regular people that comes in drop 30 points a game when they just come into the
True,
league.
true, true.
You will adjust and
Well,
build with your team and build it on up.
But
What's up,
overall,
Joseph?
what you're saying is exactly what we was going back to. That at some point they're all going to come in and get into that developmental league.
Right.
The problem
So-
is when you come out of that developmental league where you're playing against some of the same people you played against in college. Now you're going up against seasoned vets in the NBA who've been banging and bumping and doing
It's
this
different.
for
You
years.
only gonna make
And
it.
But
If
let
you don't
me ask y'all this
Shush.
question. Let me
it's not gonna work.
let me ask y'all this question. The draft is coming up for NBA.
Right.
Who y'all think should go? Who should trade up to get a certain? Who y'all think should trade up to get Zion?
I'm gonna take this.
Is he gonna be a bust, or he gonna play? What y'all?
So you're asking 2 questions in one.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll take that one. I'll take this first bid. One, I think New Orleans is not ready for this one. I don't think that
Why is
Zion.
that?
I don't think that New Orleans is ready for Zion because you got Anthony Davis still there, just on the foul for right now. You got him on record right now that's being there. I do understand that if you put Zion with Anthony Davis, they might get work out, they might get bang each other out, and you might have a 2 twin towers like you might have had in San Antonio with Tim Duncan and David Robinson,
Right.
which they could put up 15, 6, and 6 a game.
Actually, that was 20.
Yeah.
10.
Well, 20, 10, and 10 or
And
whatever.
both
Yeah.
can shoot 3.
Yeah.
Right. You can put up the points. That's what I'm getting at. You can put up the points with these 2 players on the team. Now, I think that since New Orleans and Anthony Davis has verbally said that he wants out, I think that you are not going to help him develop. So I think that he should go to a team that is developing stars, as if I'm saying the Phoenix Suns. I think the Phoenix Suns are developing, and they need that kit because you got DeAndre Ayton over here banging out 15 points per game. You got Devin Booker banging out 27 points per game and helping this young team. I think he needs to go to that team
But
right
there's
then
a
and there.
hole in your argument.
Well,
Because
I think he needs to go to that team.
where are you placing him? Where
I
is he
think
placed?
Ayton. I think you put in Ayton as your power forward. Switch him over to the power forward position. I think you need to put Zion in towards being your center and helping you get them boards as a center. Playing that center role is what he played in college, and he can help you get those rebounds that you would need in the NBA to help this team win more games than they won last year.
I feel different.
Thank you, Anthony. I appreciate that.
Let me get this out here. For all your hockey fans that's watching the Stanley Cup right now, if you like NHL, the Bruins and the Blues play tomorrow.
No, you
At
don't
8
need
p.m.
ice on your head. Go get the motion. Because it's the liquid.
Right.
Series is tied 1-1, so watch that and let me know how y'all feel about that one.
What kind is it?
We also gonna talk about the NBA,
It's very, I
NCAA
think-
baseball, which is not too much, but
But back to
it's
the topic.
nice here. But at the end of the day,
Listen.
back to the topic.
Zion, #1 draft pick overall. Cool. Anthony Davis, #1 draft pick overall. Cool. Anthony Davis publicly made it known that he wants out. He even wore a shirt that said, "That's all, folks." I mean, come on, let's go. So that with that, I ain't finished yet, my brother. Calm down. But with that being said, Zion is going to take over that team, and there's no reason for nobody to trade up to try to get him, because if he go to another market, let's just say New York hypothetically,
Okay,
he's going to fail.
I agree.
The New York fans are rough on you. They love you if you make it, but they hate you if you fail.
I don't believe that.
And they starving for a player, but he is not ready to be a face franchise for a big market.
I agree.
So let me ask y'all this.
Hold on. Let me get this point out.
At,
What you
at the
want?
end of the day, the question that you asked is pretty simple. There's a lot of teams that we can throw out there that need to trade up to get him. Let's understand who Zion is. He's going to redefine and reshape the rookie class. Let's not treat this as if we don't know this. This is one of those that we can say is day one ready. He's going to get on the court and he's going to produce. The problem you have is that he would have been an ideal second setting for AD.
Yes, I agree.
That is true. I can
Because
That's it. That's what I said.
Pelicans and him had bad blood from what happened when you decided to give up Boogie.
Yeah.
Now you don't have that. You don't have that dynamic anymore.
No, you don't.
So where you are now is okay. What market can you put him in? Funny you mentioned New York. He absolutely would be able to shine in New York. Why? Because New York would be his team.
It will be
He
his
can
team.
make it and mold it into.
But
what
he's
he
not
wants.
ready to run a team
I
by himself.
think
I don't
that
care how much he makes
He
in a
needs to
movie.
go to Phoenix.
At the
Let
end
me-
of the day,
let me-
he
let
can
me
go
ask y'all
to
this
New
before I
York
get to
to
my
what
next
he
topic.
wants it to be because it's wide open. So he doesn't have to come out and run the team. He just has to be the ground force like Shaq was. You just
Let's be
need to
honest, he ain't no Shaq.
the base.
He ain't gonna be no ground force like Shaq. He ain't no Shaq boy. He ain't bringing down no backboard.
I'm about to ask y'all.
You
all,
know it.
I'm about to ask y'all all this question, and then before I go to my next question. Okay, if whoever pick up Zion,
Right.
do you think he's still gonna be healthy or not?
He's absolutely day one ready now. He's healthy.
He's healthy now.
Yeah, he set out.
He's healthy.
He's good.
Now,
He's healthy.
So,
If he
so
handled
what
an
his
82
probable
game
cause
season,
of getting
Nah.
hurt off the break because you know
can he
he's been
handle
having
an
his-
82 game season would be the question.
And that-
I
only
say
time will tell.
he
I
needs
can't
to-
answer that.
he needs to go to a small market team. I'm saying a small market team like Phoenix, where they developing a team over there. All they really need is a bench. If they had a bench, I guarantee you they can run the West with him
So
being
you
on their
basically
team.
saying you put Zion
Bruh.
on the bench?
No, I'm putting Zion on the court.
Okay.
Their front five, all they need is a bench.
Let's
They
be
need a bench of
honest
players.
about this.
I just asked you that.
How
before.
many
Where is
first
he
round
playing?
picks do Phoenix
He's
need
going
to
to play
score
in the
the
center
lineup?
position on the starting line.
Where
When
is
the
he
last time
going
you
to play?
seen
Starting
Phoenix
line.
get a lot of draft picks?
Exactly.
But hold on, time out. Let's be honest about
Same
this.
thing with Chicago Bulls.
They have
When the last time you seen
had
them get
the
a lot
number
of
one draft pick for the
picks?
last couple of years now. How many number one draft picks does it take to score in the light bulb? If you can't get it right with DeAndre Ayton, and you can't get it right with Booker, and you can't get it right with this number one draft pick, what do you make you think you're going to
But
take Zion and
it's-
Zion go make it jail? It's not.
Okay, you say that. What I say in Phoenix is this. Phoenix doesn't really have that point guard right now. Phoenix needs that point guard and that center position filled. And if they have that filled, you have shooters now. You got a Kelly
you got
Oubre
Aiken
that can bring
playing
in
center.
But you
That's
have,
what he got drafted as, a center.
But you have the team around you. You have young cats. Kelly Oubre, who can play defense now.
Yeah.
You have talent around
Who
you.
came from the
Okay.
Wizards.
But exactly, came from the Wizards.
So-
And you need a center that can go in there and fill that void. You can put Ayton as the power forward and can get you baskets, can get you rebounds, could put up to 20 points a game.
But you still
You
not
can put-
answering the question.
But, hold on.
Where are you placing him?
Yeah, not the because
You place them on this.
to all the fans out there and the people who are watching, as we told you from last night's game, we all went Toronto game one. Now, y'all thoughts on last night's game?
Oh, well, since we switching gears.
Yeah.
Siakam. The nigga got 32.
Dylon.
But I give
How did you do that?
I
This
give
guy came from nowhere and dropped 32.
I give respect when respect is due because he lost his for his late father. I respect that. I give respect when
Here's the
respect.
thing that goes with last night's game.
Oh, man.
Let's start with where we supposed to start. You have to start with the All-Star team.
The
Because
Golden State Warriors.
they did not show up last night.
No, they did not.
In
Oh,
no way,
hold up.
shape, form, or fashion
Hold
did
up,
they perform.
not to cut you off. I want to quote you on something. Didn't you say last show? You said in order to beat the champions, you had to be something. I forgot.
In
what
order
it
to beat the champ, you had to beat the champ.
was. You got to beat the champions.
Yeah, I did say that.
You did.
Yeah.
I also picked Toronto one
What
game
happened?
one too.
Yeah, you put two. What happened to Golden State last night? To all the Golden State fans, the bandwagons and all that.
Well, that's
Air Canada.
that's
No. But what happened to Golden State?
That's what we get.
They got outplayed.
We all know
Here's the
how
thing.
Golden State is.
Hold on.
The All-Star team didn't show up.
Right.
They lost a lot of their momentum because they were just off last night, and in every aspect of the game, they could not get into their set rhythm where they can just throw up shots.
Nope.
Toronto went in with a game plan to disrupt, and that's exactly what they did. They brought the fight to this all-star beast, and they had no answer.
What I said was, and I quote myself from the last show, and I do quote myself a lot. What I said is that this team, and you said it too. You said you kind of piggyback off me. I said this team is young.
Right.
This team is hungry.
Yeah.
This team is fighting
Yeah.
throughout this playoffs. I've seen last night the best defense, and this is my opinion. This is the best defense I've seen them play throughout this playoffs. The best defense throughout this playoffs. And why I say this is the best defense I've seen them play? Because they all combined was all playing defense. It wasn't just Kawhi Leonard name that you heard last night.
That's
It
correct.
wasn't just Kyle Lowry name that you heard last. You heard names like Siakam. You heard names like
I know
Marcus.
names.
You heard names
Danny
like
Green.
you heard names like Danny Green. You heard names like Marcus
Danny Green
Gasol
showed me though what he
that
did.
you haven't heard from.
San Antonio.
You haven't heard names like this since the Timberwolves with Marcus Gasol or Danny Green coming off the
San
bench
Antonio.
and doing what he was doing. I told y'all last show, this team is playing hungry. Golden State has been there before. They've been there. They've done that. They think this is going to be an easy trip. And Klay Thompson just said it last night, as I remember, and I quote from him, oh, this is not a team we face every day of the week, but we got to be ready. What makes you think that you wasn't ready? You was going to be ready for this team. It's like, I caught a movie, Rocky Balboa. When he went up against Mr. T, he thought he was going to be in that fight. He thought he had that fight won. But when he went up against this, this beast that was hungry, he lost his fight. He didn't have no hunger in him because he was already the champ. But when the champ went up against the real hungry person, what happened? He lost.
Right.
Now you got to build. Now Golden State will have to build back up that beast, that killer instinct, but without a KD.
Okay, let me go. Come on now.
Go ahead.
So, this is what I feel about the whole thing, okay?
I'm listening.
Kawhi Leonard isn't done yet. What they did was put your foot on your neck.
That's what they did.
They put the foot on the neck and they didn't release.
That's right.
Now, with that being said, without Kevin Durant, this is going to happen every game. I'm sad to say it. Steph Curry don't play defense. Marc Gasol got majority of his points in the paint against Steph Curry because Steph Curry tried to strip him. And he was getting 2.
He had 32 points last night.
But majority of Steph Curry points came from the free throw line.
That's they did.
It did not come from him scoring on the court.
He got Marc Gasol in foul trouble, which took him out the game. He sat on the bench. But even still, this Toronto defense came out of nowhere and held Steph and Clay, I believe, to 27 points, 28 points last night.
No.
They didn't combine the 30.
No,
He had 53 points to the whole team's 49.
Here's the thing: the Splash Brothers
50 something.
tried to do their best, but what we're getting away from in talking about Toronto is that they did it with their no name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They absolutely took
not to
their
cut y'all
underdogs.
off, but go ahead. You finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Not to cut y'all off. We're gonna go to the NFL right now. We're gonna talk about Chad.
Sorry, everybody.
We're gonna talk about Chad from.
Damn, you just switched gears like it was nothing.
You gotta give it time to marinate. Y'all time.
All right, go ahead.
We're talking about Chad getting suspended for 2 games, non-pay
Right.
for misconduct.
Now, Chad Kelly's situation was back when he was with Denver last year.
Correct.
And he got into altercation where it was trespassing.
Right.
And he got dropped from the team last year, from Denver last year, so he didn't play the 2018 season. But instead of doing that, you punish him this year for something he did last year. Now, in his defense, this happened last year. In his defense, do you really? He got his punishment in his defense, and really in his defense again, I'm gonna say, if you wanted to do something to him, you should have did it last year to him. But he got dropped off a team that happened to him last year. Now, on the offensive side for the NFL, yes, he's picked up by a team. Yes, he's on the team that he's not going to start on. So it doesn't really matter whether you pay him or not. He's going to sit on the bench anyway.
Okay, let me ask you.
I don't know that you know that.
Chad Kelly would not start.
Let me
ask you this question, y'all.
Before y'all go forward, let me break this out. I just got word for all the Olympics fans, for the runners. Correct me if I'm wrong. Seminaya appeals against testosterone ruling for 4 years ban.
For doping?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's new updates.
That's definitely
I want to put that.
I mean, that's breaking news.
I want to put that out there.
Okay.
Back to the Chad Kelly situation here.
But just like people who follow Olympian and stuff like that for the running and all that type of stuff, there y'all go. But back to the matter at hand.
Jesus, you wish you would have said that after the top.
No, I do not.
Well, here's the thing. What you're defending is what the team did.
Right.
There's 2 separate punishments.
Okay.
There's what individually happens in-house for the team.
Right.
And then there's a commissioner who sits above all of the NFL, who has set rules and policies for how he handles what you violate and what you do.
Right.
When you go against the shield.
Well, that is true.
He went against the shield. he has to be punished by the commissioner for going against the Shield. You've bought bad press, bad karma. The Shield is taking a hit again for yet again another what's supposed to be a role model for the NFL.
Well, okay, I understand all that, but
Yeah.
let's be honest. I'm gonna ask this one question, y'all.
Okay.
Who is he?
Who is?
It's not about who he is.
That's not what I asked. Who is he?
Who is?
He's an NFL player.
He's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback? For real?
Yes.
They
For
came
real?
from-
But
they
It's
came-
not.
they came from
It's
the
over.
Broncos?
It's nothing to talk about.
We
He ain't
missed-
a big name.
What's
He
the
ain't a
stats?
household
What's the
name.
stats?
It's not. He gets whatever punishment comes to him.
What's the
Puts
stats?
on the uniform the same way a Tom Brady does.
What's the
The
stats?
same way Aaron Rodgers does. When you put that shield on your jersey,
I agree with that.
you absolutely have to abide by. the
I
rules
agree
and
with that, but I
regulations.
also believe if it was that serious, he should have been punished when the event happened.
It did.
He did get punished.
Team
Team let
did
him
their
go.
own individual punishment.
Okay.
Now it's time for Roger Goodell to.
But
hand
Roger
down
Goodell should
his.
have handed that down last year. Why
They
wait a
don't
whole
go-
year to do
They
that?
don't go hand in hand. That's the same thing with Tom Brady. Why did you wait till the whole next year before you decided to punish Tom Brady?
Because
But,
That's Tom Brady.
but Tom Brady was already known as.
He's
wait a minute.
Tom Brady.
But hold up. Let's really get to the nitty gritty.
Same thing.
But wait a minute. You already knew Tom Brady would get some kind of punishment, regardless of the fact of the matter is that was last year, year before last, whatever. He got punished for what, 4 games, I believe
Correct.
it was. What does that do to New England?
Nothing.
What does that?
absolutely not like the New England.
It didn't do anything
Nothing.
to New England because New England still went 3-1 without.
What's our
They
Wait,
actually went 2-2.
No, they didn't.
No, they went 3-1.
Went 3-1.
They went
They
3-1.
went 3-1.
No,
3-1.
With their
3-1.
backup quarterback,
Yeah.
they went 3-1 that year.
Talking about-
I forgot who
The one that went to
who
San
had
Francisco.
who
Yeah.
that.
Jimmy G.
Okay, Jimmy G.
Jimmy G took over that team.
Garoppolo?
Yes, Garoppolo.
Yeah,
Before he went to San
And
Francisco.
then they
went to
sent
San
them all to
Francisco.
San Francisco.
Right.
But even still, that being said, what did Tom Brady still do that year?
He
Take it to the
absolutely-
playoffs.
He
Yeah.
absolutely did.
I ain't won the championship at that.
He did, because I was gonna say
Because he was on a vengeance
It
pack.
was the following year that
Check
they
this
lost
out.
to
Once
those
again, I
Philadelphia-
say-
Oh, please. He beat the Atlanta Falcons that year. He came back off a year when he was suspended at and went down there.
Uh-huh.
I think was it? What was it? What was it? Was it in Georgia or was
It don't matter, but-
wherever it was. But then the next year, yes, we all know the defending Super Bowl champion
It is.
of whatever years. Did they do it again?
No.
Did they do it again?
Oh,
No,
oh,
they didn't make a repeat.
We are not
But
gonna start on that.
We ain't gonna start on that just yet
Do-
because I still want to get into my NFC.
Do we
Cup.
need to have a conversation about the Eagles?
We will talk about
Yes,
that.
we one game away.
Oh, we will talk about that.
You know,
it coming in
all
July.
brothers cheated.
Oh, that's
Let me
conversation
get-
in July.
Let me get this out, then y'all can have the floor. For my WNBA fans, Storm just beat the Dream 82-66
Okay.
at 10 o'clock. Aces played the Mercuries.
All right.
10:30, Suns play the Sparks.
Okay.
So from there, for that, y'all
But
have
again-
the floor. All y'all.
One game away from being back
Uh-huh.
in the championship.
But did you lose?
We got cheated.
You lost.
Same way New
Oh,
Orleans.
no.
You didn't get cheated.
No.
How?
You threw a pass,
Yeah.
it got intercepted,
That's right.
and that was it.
That's it.
I'm going
So
on
let's
record.
be
I'm about
real.
to go on record
That's
with
it.
this. I'm about to go on record
Nobody
with this.
holding.
Real
What
way
hold?
to
We're
serve.
holding.
Nobody.
What hold? What hold?
Brother, you got
Let's
two flags
hold
on
up.
the line.
Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. Let me fix it.
Hold up. I'm about to go on record with this one. This straight before the camera. No more times. Anyway, if y'all lose y'all quarterback, who gonna help y'all for y'all backup?
We not worried about that.
Yeah, I need to.
You need to.
Carson
that
Wentz
ain't-
was injury.
Okay.
prone.
Hold up,
We ain't
that's
talking
not even
about
the
that.
question.
You asked
No.
the question. Here's your
It's
answer.
freestyle right now.
Here's your answer.
The last minute I give to y'all.
Here's your answer to your question.
This is a whole
We
question.
absolutely are not worried about a backup quarterback. That's why we spent all of our money building the offensive line. Because we understand.
I've heard this story before.
We have to protect.
So
We have to
scoop
protect.
here.
okay, so if your offensive line don't protect the quarterback
They are going
and
to
he
protect.
get hurt,
He's not.
But now,
While we're putting the money into
Then
Biden.
what?
We are putting the money.
That's the
into
same thing
offensive
for the
line.
Redskins.
hold up, whoa.
I'm coming down the line with this.
Watch your mouth.
I'm coming down the line with
Don't
this.
come at this.
Again, I just answered your question.
Hold up,
You
don't,
ain't
hold
gonna-
up.
I'm coming out. Next person.
Hold up.
Redskin frame right here.
Hold up, wait a minute. Whoa. You didn't open up a can of worms here. See,
Okay.
you about to bring in. Hold up. Let me take this back real quickly.
This ain't a roller coaster ride.
When the hell did your team even become relevant?
Don't even worry
Hold
about
up,
that.
wait, whoa. When in the hell did your team become relevant?
You
Until
ain't-
Kyler Murray.
You only
to
beat
your
us.
team.
You only beat us one fucking time.
Wait a
When
minute,
did
he's
your
at
team?
Arizona.
One time.
Arizona. Wait a minute.
You only beat us once.
When did your team? Wait a minute. Hold on. Let me finish. Let me make this point.
You
Let me
only
make
beat
this
us
point here.
once.
Let me make this point here,
You
brother.
only beat us once.
You dropped a quarterback
Uh-huh.
of the future
Right.
that you had in Josh Rosen.
Okay.
You didn't let the boy progress. That's
Okay.
number one. You didn't even get a boy time. You gave him one
That's right.
season and told him back.
Okay.
Let's
That's
be
on
really real with that.
That's on
one.
them.
You got Kyler Murray,
That's
who's been big hype. Hold
That's
on,
not
I'm
no
about to tell
problem.
him this. Hold on. You gave Kyler Murray
did
big
start the
hype
conversation.
and big all this. Oh, Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Kyler Murray gonna be this. Kyler Murray gonna be that.
Okay.
But wait a minute. Let me finish. What is he gonna do for your team this year? Because you damn sure don't have a backup quarterback to back him up. That's
we
really
don't.
that good.
I know we never have
gave
a back
them
and
a new
forth.
dynamic.
But at the end
You
of the-
don't have a quarterback to back him up.
But at the
So
end of the
you're
day-
in the same shoes as Philadelphia
No,
really is.
nobody's in
Now,
that.
for Washington
We were-
perspective,
hold on.
now for
Hold on,
Washington's
hold on, hold on.
perspective,
Let
we
me-
have
let me-
Case Keenum.
Let me
Case
say what I'm
Keenum.
about to say.
I'm about to get to you.
No.
You said we don't have a we in the same situation. We got Keenum. You
Y'all
got
been saying
Haskins.
many different things.
You got Keenum.
I didn't say nothing about a quarterback.
You got Keenum, you got Haskins, you got McCoy, and you got an injured-prone Alex Smith that will be back hopefully next year. If he doesn't come back next
Alex
year,
Smith is
we
back.
really don't need
He's
him
not coming.
because you got the quarterback of the future that
Alex
we need.
Smith is not
Yeah,
coming.
okay, hold
Now,
on. So
and here's the problem.
y'all, hold on. You say you got the quarterback of the future.
Yes, we do.
Now, what if we get out there and be a bust?
Well,
Then what?
He won't be a
Here's
bust.
the
You
problem.
never know.
Because we just had that conversation.
You never know.
Okay, hold on. I'm
You
gonna
never
hear
know.
what Let me hear it.
Perfect quarterback.
And for you know what I'm saying, I'm moving on.
Hold
For
on.
your team,
He's a
He's a
Redskin
Redskin fan too.
And you don't want to start with me because I'm gonna tell you this one line and go hear your whole fucking argument.
Thank you.
How many Lombardies y'all got?
Thank you.
Until y'all win one, don't talk to me.
How many
Thank
y'all
you.
got?
Moving on.
How many y'all got? How
We
many
got the
y'all
three.
got?
We got three. We got three Lombardies.
No, we
That's all
ain't
you
talking
know.
about. We ain't talking
We
about.
got three Lombardies.
Three.
Don't matter when you
We
judge
not
by.
talking about
Don't matter
old.
when you
We
judge
won.
the team.
We
You judge
won.
by the Lombardies. We got three.
We
Y'all
not
got
talking
zero.
about- we not
We got
talking about
three.
old.
Y'all got zero.
Hold
We
on,
got
hold on,
three.
gentlemen,
Y'all
hold
got
on,
zero.
gentlemen.
Hold on,
It's nothing to talk about.
Hold on,
Nothing to talk about.
We don't talk about. Damn.
We just
Hold on,
had
Jim.
that conversation.
Hold on, gentlemen. Hold on now. Hold on. Let me get you out. What did I miss? Cardinals have been relevant since Rod Tidwell, David said. Yeah, it's me. Bobby is on here.
Rod Tidwell.
Raptors. These are the comments that's coming up right now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Here's the thing. We had the conversation earlier. And this is where Washington.
You gotta speak up. Just a
Right
little
quarterback.
Long time.
Wrong time.
bit. Wrong timing. What you mean?
You been wrong time.
Your coach is not equipped to develop him in the capacity the way he needs to go.
I think that's not true. Jay Gruden is not a bad coach.
But he's not a
It-
quarterback.
it's not.
only.
Now-
We
Now-
don't see that. They one of y'all
Now,
this year.
now, what
We see y'all next year.
now here's the point.
We don't play y'all this year.
Here's the Kobe Bryant is trash. hold on.
Watch your mouth, whoever
Hold
said
on.
Kobe Bryant is trash.
Hold on.
Watch your mouth.
Hold on,
Do
Sean.
not start that argument
Don't
right
start
now.
that.
I'm gonna give you what you want. I promise you.
Who said that? I give him a high five on that
Hold
one.
on.
Five.
I give him a high five on that
So
one. You
don't
don't say
even come
Kobe
my
Bryant.
way with that one.
Hold
Moving
on.
on.
I second that motion.
I give him a high five on that
Don't
one.
you come on.
That's a little better.
Hold up. Don't you come on this show. We ain't talking about that. We ain't
That's a
talking.
little
We ain't talking about Jordan.
We
They
ain't
said
talking
Kobe.
about Jordan. We saying Kobe.
Don't disrespect the five-time
Five
champion.
Don't disrespect the
5 rings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
5.
But look how long it took the Lakers to get to where they appeared. They had to get past Boston.
6-time champion.
Larry Bird.
Hold up, we got
They had to get
comments.
past Larry Bird.
Hold on, we got comments. Carson Wentz for Dave said Carson Wentz can't afford to get hurt
That fact.
because your
Yeah,
real
that's
quarterback
fact.
is in Jacksonville.
That fact.
He is
Fact.
terrible. John is better.
There you
Hey.
go.
That is not true.
He
John
is
Gruden is not
Hey.
better than
Hey.
Jay Gruden.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
He
No.
is.
Now.
He is.
I'm a
Now.
Redskin fan
Let
yesterday.
me answer
not.
this question.
John Gruden took
He groomed
Tampa
quarterbacks.
Bay to that first championship.
Okay, if he
Can't
can't
hold
hold
on.
To that
I'm gonna
first
defend
championship.
Jay Gruden
Hold
on this one.
on. You can't.
I can.
First off, let's start at the top. Everyone needs to relax about Carson Wentz.
Okay.
He is the franchise quarterback for the
But
Philadelphia
before
Eagles.
Carson Wentz,
Hold on, Mike. Hold on, Mike. Hold on,
We
Mike.
absolutely are always going to protect him. Why do you think we haven't spent any money to buy a backup? Because we're spending that money to make sure that offensive line
Yeah.
does nothing more than to protect him. Now,
What are you
to
gonna
answer
do?
your question, I'm already done with that. I've answered that
What you
twice.
gonna do?
Now, you and this Jay Gruden, he is not a quarterback's coach.
so the,
He's
Okay.
going
Wait a
to
minute,
do
wait a
the
minute.
same thing.
Wait a minute.
I know.
He's going to do the same thing that happened to RG3. Right pick, wrong time.
Tony Dungy is better than both Gruden.
Absolutely.
Ask
Absolutely.
Kobe. Ask Kobe about Chauncey Billups, Tayshaun
Okay.
Prince, Ben Wallace,
Since y'all-
Rip Hamilton, Rasheed
Oh,
Wallace.
wow, y'all went
Carson,
there.
Now-
Carson
Yeah.
is becoming injury
actually,
Yes.
hold up. You finished?
Yeah, go ahead.
Ask me one question. Before Carson Wentz, what the hell y'all do with Michael Vick?
What you mean?
prone. Oh no, don't ask that
We
question.
let
What,
him-
what,
No,
what
wait.
y'all do with Michael Vick?
They tore the fucking
Hey.
place off with
Oh.
Michael Vick.
No,
we
I'm talking
let
about afterwards.
Excuse me.
You
we
let him go
I-
because you got a quarterback in the future.
No, we didn't.
No.
And
Nick
Nick
Foles.
Foles.
No,
Foles.
Nick
No,
Foles
we
is
didn't.
some garbage.
And
Nick
that's a
Foles
lie.
is-
Nick Foles is some garbage.
Not
He's
good.
been exposed numerous times.
He won a
He
Super
just
Bowl.
won
He
the
won a
Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
And
Yeah,
he
at the
just-
last
One
minute.
game.
Just beat
Thank-
one of the
hold up,
greatest.
hold up.
We got a
Nick
comment.
Foles won the Super Bowl thanks to who?
He beat one of the greatest.
They should have never gave up on
Carson
Foles.
Wentz.
Is a comment from
Carson Wentz. Nick Foles
I
can't
agree
do
with
it.
that. They should have never gave up on Foles. They
Nick
should've
Foles
kept him
can't
at the
do it
back.
by
Hold,
himself.
hold, let me.
You know
hold.
he's been exposed. No,
He showed
because
that last year. He
no,
could.
Nick
Oh,
Foles
we-
was with the when
If
he
we
was
gonna
with the
talk about
Rams.
Philly, let's talk
Hold
about
on,
Philly.
Hold on.
When Nick Foles was with the Rams, he did not. He progressed,
Wrong
but
system.
he did not.
Wrong
do-
system.
First
Wrong
off,
system.
We're gonna talk about Philly.
But when
let's
y'all
talk
had
about
Chip
Philly.
Kelly,
Hold on.
He got
Yeah.
drafted to the Eagles.
We
He
absolutely
was with the Rams. He didn't do anything.
didn't do
Yeah,
it. We didn't do
yeah.
anything wrong to Michael Vick other than allow Michael Vick to be Michael Vick. The problem was we had an ancient old offensive line
yeah, there you go.
that just couldn't deal with being able to move in the capacity of how Michael Vick moved. I didn't want to go on the line
He's more fractured than the whole team.
Just say
Punch.
that
Hold you up, man.
I am embarrassed that he took the beating that he took at the hands of our team. I own that wholeheartedly. I wish we would have taken the liberty to do what we're doing now for Carson Wentz, for him, because he would have put at least 2-3 Lombardi trophies in the case.
Now I don't believe that.
No.
Wait a minute, Mike.
We had the team to do it.
You had a team, but in the same token of breath, though, is what was your team really doing?
What do you mean?
Your team, you had Michael Vick, right?
We had the team to win it at least.
Who was your
2 Super Bowls.
who was your running back at the time frame?
That was the same one who's in Buffalo now, Shady McCoy.
Okay, McCoy was your running back, right? Your front line was not protecting him at all.
We already that just covered.
I know, I got that. So if your front line were protecting that, why didn't y'all try to go out there and rebuild it on that one?
With Potter, I just owned and said it was our bad on ownership for not doing what we should have done.
So-
Just had we had went and
Because-
did what we're
so do
doing
you-
for Carson now,
Do you
we
think-
would have had 2 or 3
This is
Lombardi.
leading up to my question.
I don't think
So
so.
do you think that Carson Wentz, right now,
Yes,
with the back injury, with whatever he went
he
through
doesn't
with
have
the
a
leg
back
injury,
injury. But go ahead.
well, that's what they claim they see.
He has a bruise, but keep going.
Whatever. So with his leg injury and his back injury,
His
they
knee is fine.
leg injury and back injury. Do you
His
think
knee
this?
is fine.
Do you think this offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles can hold up against
Absolutely.
what's coming at him
We
this
got
year?
young. That's what I've been saying. The difference in what's
Yes.
happening now is we're not going to get veterans. We went and got young.
Because now
Question
in our
for-
division is.
I got a question for all of our
And
teams.
hold on, before you get to that part, in our division now,
Right.
you know, being a Redskin fan that I am,
Okay.
being that I don't like Dallas, but Dallas has gotten young too.
They did.
With Van Der Esch,
There's still some garbage.
not the point at
What's
hand.
your question?
With Van Der Esch coming at you, with Montez Sweat, because you know he's gonna start.
Okay.
With the Giants, whatever they got bringing on their defensive line, they're coming at you.
What's your question?
Do you think that your offensive line can hold up against that pressure
Absolutely.
of these linebackers
Because
that's gotten
everybody
young?
you just named is all ones that they've played against
Right.
for 2-3 years. in
I got
college.
one comment that's saying no, and I got one comment that he didn't fit the offense.
I don't expect for
So
you
I
to
got a
say
comment.
yes.
I got a
But
question
like I
for
said,
all of us.
that's why we're investing the money in the line.
Y'all can invest the money in the line all y'all want. Y'all gonna be some ass. And let me go on record and say y'all gonna be some ass.
I got one
What the hell wrong with y'all?
I got one.
Hold up.
I got one for you.
You don't want to stop.
Let me get this up.
I got-
I got one
I'm
question
gonna bring that
that'll
noise
fit
to you.
Okay.
all of our leagues.
What's that?
Can our team stay healthy?
Now, for
That's
my,
a good question.
now that
Can
is
our team stay
That's a
healthy?
good question.
now.
Can all teams stay healthy enough to get to the point?
Well, you
Oh.
know, we knew that. Then there would be no need for have somebody to do
Oh,
exactly
my.
scouting reports. And we
Right.
do that.
Now, for my
You
team,
got all day.
now from my team's perspective, from our team's perspective, we already hit the injury bug.
Yeah, you did.
We hit Reuben Foster,
I mean, Reuben Foster.
and he tore his ACL.
But
and his LCL.
I had
hold on,
one name
hold on,
for you.
Hold on. I got one for you. Hold on. Now, we have already hit the injury bug already starting out the year. That's a kind of a problem for
It's
us.
a lot of a problem.
That's kind of a problem for
It's a
us
lot
because
of a
we're
problem.
hitting it at the beginning of the season, though. But I don't see that being a major factor right
He's
now.
your star.
Was a star.
He is your star.
He
No,
was
he
a
wasn't.
star.
He
was a star.
He is your star.
He
He was a star. Because the stars that we have on our front and our defense, they can carry the team. They did it
We ain't
last
talking
year.
about your front line because
No, I'm not talking about our front line. I'm talking about our linebacking core.
He was the star.
Brian Kerrigan is the star.
Of our
He plays
linebacker
on your
core.
front.
He plays on the front, but he's moving back to
He
linebacker
doesn't play
position.
for the front four.
I guess he has to now because your star is gone.
That's what Mason Foster is there for. That's what doggone what's my boy name? I can't think of his name on the line. But anyways, that's what you got linebackers for that can fill that
That's
void.
wonderful. I still got one name.
What's his name?
His name is Rob Ryan. We gonna enjoy busting your ass for $1,000.
Oh my Jesus.
Opening day.
No,
Yes.
you're
First
not.
of all,
Oh, yes.
y'all not
You're
going to
not.
bust our ass for
Oh,
$1,000
yeah.
for the first
Hold up.
time. That's
Hold
it. You can hang that up.
That's big.
See, what you need to do is worry about
Let me get
who
this
gonna
out.
back up Carson Wentz
We don't
once
need to worry
our
about
men
that.
get to him.
Yes.
Because our men coming. Y'all first
They
Saturday,
gonna come
they
get
ain't doing it.
They
We
gonna
coming
get him.
through there. We
They
gonna
gonna
get a
get
hold
him.
of that boy.
Oh,
And then when
you
we
right.
do get a hold of that boy, who's gonna back him up?
Thank you.
Y'all gonna pick a nigga off the street to throw the ball to? I got a cousin down there in Philly
get the hack
that
dog
he
ready.
wins W every week. He can come down there and throw a whole hair mine for you.
Let me answer the
So,
question.
Well, let me answer the question. Let me answer the
I'm
question.
gonna get this off.
Let him answer the
No, I'm
question.
gonna get him off.
Answer the question.
As a Redskin fan want to come
Uh-huh.
to the league,
Uh-huh.
let me tell you what's gonna happen.
You paid.
Your 7 gonna come,
Yes, we are.
but by the time you get there, that lovely ball gonna be
Yeah.
50 yards down.
But
That's
you
not
got,
gonna happen.
But you
And
That's not gonna happen.
He still forgets. We got 2 veterans
Yes.
as our cornerbacks.
Yes.
We
Sir.
still got Landon
Sir.
Collins
Sir.
in the
Back
backfield.
field. Yeah.
But you
Please,
only
sir.
thing to be filling is that void of the other safety position.
Sir, your defensive coordinator is Rob Ryan.
He's not our defensive coordinator.
Rob Ryan.
He's the linebackers coach.
Yeah,
Number 1, the defensive coordinator name is Greg Manusky.
Excuse me.
that is true.
Excuse me.
Thank you. And tore apart tore apart Philly, even though we lost that game, yo.
Excuse me.
But still tore apart your
You didn't
offense.
tear apart
You
anything.
did. We
No,
did.
no, you
we did.
First
Even
game of the
though-
season, y'all gonna lose. So y'all gonna go 0-1 to start, and that's how we do
That's
it.
how we
Moving
do
on.
it.
Here's the thing. Answering your question before I was cut off. By the time you get there, that it'll be in the hands of D-Jack.
No, man.
50
Oh,
yards
my
downfield.
God.
That's what Dominique Rodgers
No,
Jr. is
and-
for. That's what DRC is for, baby. That's what Josh Norman is right there for. That's what Landon Collins is right there for.
Josh Norman.
That's what Norman is there for, baby. That's what Landon Collins is there for. That's what our other safety is there for.
He got laughing off Josh.
And if Monte Nicholson come back, and
They
Monte
ain't throwing
Nicholson,
on Josh side.
they never throwing
They ain't
that
throwing on Josh
side.
side.
When the last time you see them throwing
They
this
ain't
side?
throwing on Josh side.
When did what quarterback throwing
How many
this
times you got
besides
burnt?
Drew Brees?
Excuse
How
me.
many times you got
Drew Brees.
burnt?
Stop.
Besides Drew Brees.
Because I'm getting ready to kill you right here.
Who?
Whoa.
Excuse me. What you missed was we absolutely threw on Josh Norman's side.
When?
Because that
What
lovely,
game?
Lovely receiver we had.
Oh, yeah.
He been there for a minute.
Yeah, I already seen that.
That's
I seen it already.
That's some serious.
Shoot, you done made me lose my train
Eagles
of thought.
O-line is now ready for the Alabama wall.
That's right.
Alabama Wall.
Whoever said it, I like y'all already.
Curry.
I like y'all already. Roll Tide, roll.
Crimson Tide,
Blue
Tide, baby.
I can't even get out who the hell it was I was thinking about.
Okay, anyways, like I said before,
Shut the hell up. Let me get my thought out.
go ahead, come on.
Shit.
Damn it.
Goddamn vet we got on the other side of fucking D-Jack. I just can't think his goddamn name right now.
You mean Alshon Jeffries?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
Jeffrey?
exactly who
From
picked the
Chicago?
ball.
Tired by now.
From Chicago?
That's exactly
I thought
who
he
picked the
retired
ball.
by
So
now.
lovely Josh Norman.
From Chicago?
You might want to go back and look at
What
your tape.
safety help did he have last year?
None.
Thank you.
I'm just saying.
What safety help did he have last year?
That's no excuse.
Makes a difference when you're 50.
That's
Thank
no
you.
excuse.
Because DJ
Makes a
Swearinger
difference
was
when
playing in the box, coming in for the blitz.
Hold on. Did you not just call this motherfucker all-star?
Yes, he is an
Okay,
all-star.
so he shouldn't need safety help. Because last I checked, Deion Sanders ain't had no motherfucking safety help.
Last I checked,
That's
people ain't
fact.
playing like
Deion Sanders is the greatest.
That
Facts.
before he turned
Facts.
into some shit, before he married Kerry Washington, Mr. Ashanti, he didn't need no motherfucking safety help.
Hey, some people need safety help.
So look here, don't sell me no bullshit about no Josh Norman with his soft ass.
Hey,
Because he
Norman coming for y'all ass.
Everybody ain't Dion, that's one.
Look here.
Exactly.
Second of all,
Thank you. Everybody else play the same ball as
Look
Deion.
here. Tell your
Oh,
man.
whoa,
And then this league has changed. Hold up. The
Tell
way he
your
played.
man.
Wait,
Get him
hold
some
up.
Gatorade and try to keep up.
Hold up. First of all, the game ain't played the same way Deion played the game.
I
Because
guess
you
it
can,
ain't.
because you
Right.
can, you can push off that line for a minute, coming on when
Look,
Deion was playing.
he can-
So let's
look,
do that.
Whether he can push
Let's-
or
let's-
can't, tell your man get him some Gatorade.
The
and try
game
to
is
keep up.
different from when Deion played and now that Norman has to
Tell
play
your man
because the
get
game
him
is
some
different.
Gatorade and try to keep up.
He
And
gonna
Dave-
keep up with
And
him.
Dave, ain't nobody worried about Alabama because they some young,
What?
little soft ass
What?
boys.
You
All the
think
time out
Nick
there, the
Saban
best
ain't gave
college
him
team in
game
the
one ready?
they best college team in the
Let-
I mean,
let-
NFL. I mean, college NFL.
Let me
College
say-
NCAA.
let me
I'm
say
sorry.
it- let me
I'm
say
sorry.
it
Let
to
me
you
correct
again.
myself.
Let me say it to you again. They some young boys who getting ready to go up against grown men.
Jonathan Allen is ready for him.
Right now.
Deron Payne is ready for
Right
him.
now.
Montez Sweat is ready for him.
Right now.
All the people that
Right
Now,
all the people
Matt
that
Ioannidis is ready for
all the
him.
people that you name with all of them that actually get hurt, then what?
Then we got a problem.
So
Why is you always talking about everybody getting hurt?
Let me
We
say it
can't
again.
count for that.
Exactly.
No, it's
We're
always
talking about
it's
what's
always
on
that what
paperwork right now.
if. Same people who ask me.
Let me say it again.
It's always that what if.
But we're talking about what's
Little
on
boys.
paper right now.
Yeah, I
Get
understand
ready
what
to
you're
go
saying,
against
but you know what I'm saying. I can say questions.
Grown men,
Once
They not
again,
ready.
they ready.
they're ready. That's
Anyways, new topic at hand here. New topic at hand here. We're going to switch
Could
this
be
topic. We're going to kind of switch
4
this.
minutes when we close out.
Damn, that's only 45-minute show.
If it's something nickname,
No.
I don't
Keep
think
on
it's
keeping
anything.
this up.
Anyways, so let's just change the dynamic here a little bit of this here. I was gonna say this for July, but now I see we gotta bring this realness in there into like a little bit of now. And I want to bring this, just hit this topic a little bit. Let's talk about this NFC East here for a minute.
What you want to talk
Because
about?
this is the NFC East right now is the biggest question mark. Hold on, we're gonna talk about the NFC East for just a little bit here. Hold on, the NFC East here is stacked up here. Because everybody's looking at the East to see what they're going to do. You got doggone, who are the Eagles cornerbacks again?
Don't worry, I'll wait.
That's coming from Mr. Curry.
Okay, now he said what?
Who are the Eagles cornerbacks?
The same two cornerbacks that put rings on their fingers.
Who are they?
And beat Tom Brady.
What's the name?
What's the name?
Right now, don't get me to quote them because I can't.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
Anyways, like I was
Just
saying.
know that they got them bodies on their hands.
Okay, whatever. Anyways, this NFC East is wide open.
No, it's not.
Even though the Giants are not in competition right now,
You're infactual about that. It's not.
the
what
Giants are
happened.
not in. The Giants are in talks. The Giants gonna go to the playoffs this year?
No.
Okay, then. So there's three teams.
They didn't make the playoffs.
It is. It's wide open. There's three teams.
It's not.
Dallas.
Because Dallas is not in the hunt either.
Dallas is gonna be in the hunt.
No, they're not.
Anyways, we already know they do it every year. Dallas is gonna be in the hunt.
They
Redskins gonna be in the
They
hunt.
had
It's
John
gonna be.
Kitna as their quarterback coach. That's a
Yeah,
problem.
they do have John Kitna.
That's a problem.
Anyways, here's the question that everybody's asking on it. My point there, unknown.
Right.
Anyways,
I was saying that.
Anyways, here's the question that everybody wants to know: should Dak Prescott get the $1 million deal?
Mr. Curry, since you want to keep
Nope.
commenting, take your behind back and look at the championship rings they got on their hands. You'll know they know.
So, all right. So look, everybody want to know: should Dak Prescott get the multi-million-dollar deal that he
Please let me start this off.
does? He deserve it or does he not?
Let me start this off.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna go ahead and say,
Go ahead.
hell nah. And let me tell you why. What has he done? I mean, let's be honest. Dak Prescott has put up numbers as impressive his first year. His second year without Zeke, he would look like a washed-up ass quarterback. And now we on to his third year.
And
Dak
before that-
Prescott is not as not precise pinpointing accuracy, period. I mean, let's be honest about this.
He's been like that since college, so what's y'all?
So my argument is he is not deserving of $100 million or $1 million contract, period.
Says who?
Says his stats, his numbers.
Have you looked at his stats?
Have you looked at his stats?
Yeah.
And then what does it say? Because it says
They're
that
not bad.
he's some shit his second year without Zeke. He needs Zeke.
Was he?
Tell me
Yes,
he
he
needs
does
Zeke.
need Zeke.
He needs Zeke. Because if you try to depend on him,
Hold on.
depend on him,
Was he?
he's going to fail you.
Was he?
Just like Tony Romo did when it was cold outside. He's
Was
going
he?
to fail you, my brother.
Was he?
Dallas is a
Hold up.
failure.
Hold up.
Don't defend him.
Hold up. Which Tony Romo we talking about? The hurt Tony Romo?
Excuse me.
No, I'm talking about the Tony Romo that was dating Jessica Simpson. Once it got cold outside. That's the Tony Romo I'm talking about. We all seen it before.
Oh, the blanket ass.
What's your argument? Because at the end
Go
of the
Cam
day,
Newton.
you can't blame him for ownership not giving him what he needed to succeed.
I'm sorry, that's not my problem.
No, it is your
How?
problem because you jumped your ass out there. And
Oh,
said
yeah, I
that
did.
This man don't deserve his money.
He don't.
He absolutely does.
He don't.
He did exactly what it is Jerry Jones.
Where is he ranked amongst the top quarterbacks in the league?
Okay.
He
He's
averaged
not ranked in the top 5.
he averaged 4,000 yards last year.
I was answering the question, brother. I was asking the question.
What's your argument?
My question was, the question was, is
No,
he
it's not
worth?
about a question.
That's what I
What's your
responded
argument?
towards the
Okay,
question.
So again, what is your argument?
What is my argument? He's some trash. He's
Says who?
inconsistent. Says NFL. Says sports fans.
No.
Says
No,
people
that's-
that actually get paid to evaluate.
Actually,
He's
Dallas
some
fans-
trash.
Actually,
No,
that's not-
No,
that's-
Dallas
no,
fans are saying
no.
the same exact
Excuse
thing.
me. No, they're
What are
not.
you talking about?
They
Dallas
are.
fans are saying the same exact thing.
They what?
What
Bro,
has they done to
Let
it?
me
What has
say-
they done for their team in 20 years?
Let me say it again.
What has they done for their team in 20 years?
Are you finished?
Besides a couple of playoffs
Are you
appearances.
Are you
That's
finished?
it.
Are you finished?
Hold on, let me finish.
Because at the end of the day, my question to you is not going to change because you still ain't gave me an
I
argument.
did. I just told you why he wasn't worth $1 million.
What you told me was a bunch of BS.
No, it's not.
What was he asked
What
to
was?
do?
Alright, I tell you what. What's his rating? Not even his rating. What's his QBR?
Asked to
What
do.
is his QBR? What is his QBR? What is his QBR? Because you're saying, what's your argument then? Because you're saying that he's worthy of his $1,000.
That's his argument.
I'm going to hit it. Let's get it.
What was he asked to do?
Tell me. This is your argument.
Oh.
He
Tell
was
me.
asked to do was play
He
quarterback.
was asked to do was to show up.
Get heated in here, folks. But at the end of the day, you pay.
He wasn't asked to be a superstar.
Amazing.
He wasn't asked to have the best QBR. He wasn't asked to be ranked in the top 5.
but he was
None of that.
asked to win
No, he wasn't.
and produce.
No, he wasn't.
And it's something that
No,
he
he wasn't.
cannot do. Because every quarterback in the NFL has to win and produce.
don't.
And yes, they
No,
do.
they don't.
Unless your ass sitting on the bench.
No, they
yes,
don't.
you do.
Because
If
it's
you're
not.
a starter in the NFL, you have to win. You have to produce numbers and facts. What has he done?
Excuse me.
What is your argument? Because you don't have one. You don't have one right
Are
now.
you finished, Yanni?
Yes, I am.
Derek Carr was $100 million man.
Yes, he was.
He didn't do shit.
He was. Yeah.
Okay, but that's not in the NFC East. That's across AFC. We're talking about NFC East quarterbacks.
No, you threw out there that he's not ranked in the top 5.
He's
I'm
not.
I'm answering
He's
your
not.
question. Derek Carr wasn't ranked in the top 5 either. He was $100 million man.
Yeah, he won't work.
And-
I'm answering your question by telling you they didn't ask Dak Prescott to win. They put that on the back of Zeke. They asked Zeke to come in and win.
Okay, and when Zeke got
Right.
injured, Zeke was suspended, right? Who does the pressure fall on?
Nobody.
Who does the pressure fall on?
Nobody.
It falls on Dak.
How?
He is the leader of the team. He is the
No, it's
quarterback, the
No, it's
starting
not.
quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. So when Zeke is not there,
Sir.
that pressure falls on him
Your
to
argument-
produce
No, it does
and
not.
win.
Sir.
My facts are valid, sir.
Your
Are
argument
very
is
valid, sir.
They would be valid if it was what he was asked.
I'm
to
not
do.
trying to hear that. You was making excuses for that man, man.
Okay, I'm gonna put it like this. Here's my
I don't
argument.
need you to.
No. Here's my argument to this. Here's my argument to this. Is Dak worthy of getting the money?
Yes.
No.
He's not.
Why I'm gonna say that is because here's my argument to this. Here's my argument to this.
You
And
don't
you
have-
all vote too.
He don't
Who's
have an
got
arm.
picked?
He don't have an
It's not
arm.
about
Dak,
voting.
Dak Prescott.
You know he will get flack for that because you get some Dallas fans on the.
It don't matter.
I don't
Anyways, well,
At the end
here's
of
my
the day,
argument though.
What's your argument?
My argument is this. Why I say Dak Prescott next, you kind of piggyback off of what he said. too.
Because if you piggybacking off of him,
Kind of. Here's my argument with that. One, when your star running back wasn't in the game, you didn't produce. You
Okay,
was winning,
so what?
but you won a couple games. I
So
give you
what?
credit for that. Two is this. Can you go in here because they need you to win? You
They don't need him to
but
do
you
anything.
asked Tony Romo.
That's Tony Romo.
But
It's
you
not Dak
asked
Prescott.
Tony
He
Romo.
played with
It's
his
not.
When you
You
asked
sound
Tony
like a-
Romo to come in and
You
win
sound like
games,
a Dak Prescott
what
fan.
did Tony Romo do?
And he's a Philadelphia Eagles. Y'all sounds like a Dak Prescott fan. Maybe you liking the wrong team, brother.
Listen, you superseded the man that was ready
No,
to
he
play.
didn't.
You know the word.
Tony Romo was ready to play. Tony Romo was ready to play
You're doing
that
the
season.
same shit he just did.
No order, but Tony Romo was ready to play football.
You're doing the same shit he just did. Let me shut both of you up one more time.
I'm listening.
He was not drafted to win.
So
He
who
was drafted to fill a slot. Period. They didn't want him to be the quarterback.
But he's
They
there.
absolutely
They
wanted
drafted him, so evidently they wanted him to be
Okay,
quarterback.
Are you gonna listen or
Oh,
are you
I heard
gonna
what you
keep
said.
Oh, hold on, let him
It's
finish.
just not valid.
Oh, it's very valid.
Let him finish.
Because I didn't know that you was in Jerry Jones' head.
I didn't know you was in Jerry Jones' pocket.
I might be.
What are you talking
I
about?
might be.
Who's in the pocket?
He got money.
His money a little
Who's in the
deep.
pocket? Let me about $5
Now.
right?
Let me finish this before I lose my voice. He
He
wasn't asked to come in and win. He was asked to fill a role
10 minutes.
that, technically speaking, he was supposed to be a backup to
Yeah.
Tony Romo.
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
Tony Romo decided to opt out of what Jerry Jones wanted him to do TV.
True.
Actually, no.
He did.
No, he
That's
did.
not-
He opted out of what Jerry Jones wanted. Jerry Jones wanted him to sign a lucrative contract to where he wasn't going to leave. Tony didn't want to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't think he.
But Tony wanted to do TV.
But Tony does better
Yeah,
TV anyway.
yeah.
Then he got more money on TV.
He
Though.
just,
Because he was washed up as a quarterback.
Now.
He couldn't produce.
With
When
that
it got
being said-
slow, he was nowhere to be found.
Now, with that being said, Dak Prescott was asked to fill a slot, not to be a winning quarterback. He wasn't asked to be a leader. That's why they went and got Zeke. Because they expected for Zeke to come in and be the Emmitt Smith
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Troy Aikman.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
can
they-
agree to that, but guess what? If Emmitt Smith had to sit down, guess what the pressure fell to?
The quarterback.
Troy Aikman, right?
That's
Right?
You hear me
So my
mention-
point of all this is to say,
But hold up. Here's the point he's trying to make here.
that's what I'm trying to
They
figure out.
want to go. Dallas wants to go back to his days of running the football and be a running dominant team like they were a long time ago when Emmitt Smith was there.
The bottom
Emmitt
line
Smith was
let's call it
Here-
spade.
but-
What I'm trying to tell you,
But here's the question.
he doesn't want a black quarterback.
never.
Well, we all know that.
We
So
all
that's
say
what I'm
that.
trying to tell you. The
We
pressure,
all know that, but
pressure
I
is
can't
not-
lie.
Here's the question.
Kind of whitish.
the pressure.
With a little off tan.
Look here, the pressure is not on that, and he's very much
Here's the
so gonna
question,
get this
though.
$100 million
Here's the question though.
because he's fulfilled his job.
Okay, so
Somewhere else,
hold on,
probably.
time out. Okay, so if you call fulfilling your job not producing once your star person that you hand the ball off to gets out the game, you call that fulfilling your job, then I guess this is a rich motherfucker. Then because he does nothing. He does literally
Right.
nothing. And the way I look at football and I view football, and this is just my opinion, you start with the quarterback on the field.
You're supposed to.
They take all the pressure and the flack when nobody gives it to.
But this is a new
But
day and
when
age.
you are running back, ever take the flack of them being the man
it's
on
a-
the
it's
team
a
when
new
it's
day and
always
age.
a quarterback lead?
It's a new day and age.
Oh man, stop.
But
it,
there's
man.
still a kind of quarterback.
Stop
league.
it.
That's
It's
true.
still a quarterback league,
It's-
man.
it's-
Stop it,
it's-
man.
Why I say that is because
It's-
Yeah,
I say that
it
two
is.
reasons.
Wait,
I say that two reasons. Two reasons.
Tom
only.
Boy, Brady's the golden boy. When
Because-
is it now
no,
in the
no, no,
quarterback
no.
league as long as he playing
Wait,
football?
I got you, bro. I got you, bro, on this one. I'm gonna say this for two reasons only because it's a quarterback league.
Wait.
What is everybody really going after right now?
Not quarterback.
Wait a minute.
No.
Wait a minute. Everybody's trying to fulfill a role at what position?
Defense.
Not just defense, at quarterback position
That's
too.
the damn lie.
Because if that wasn't the case, you would have never picked up Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
Do you know why they picked him up?
Wait a minute. You would have never picked up Kyler Murray.
Do you know why they picked him up?
Wait a minute. Let me finish. You would have never picked up Kyler Murray.
True.
We damn sure would have never picked up Dwayne
Do
Haskins.
you know why you picked him up?
And then you guys would have never picked up Carson Wentz in
Yes,
the
the
first place.
fuck we would have. Do you know why we picked him
Not
up?
necessarily.
Because all the ones you just mentioned is
Murray
potential-
went to Arizona because of the fact of the matter is that they wanted a mobile quarterback. This is
No,
a
they
mobile
didn't.
quarterback league.
No, they
Hold on,
didn't.
hear
This
me
is
out.
a mobile
Real
quarterback
quick. I
league.
just got this one point real quick. Even in
I'm
college,
gonna let you get your point.
even in college, the quarterback is important.
Yeah.
Name one Heisman besides back in the day
Name
that
one
has
Heisman. I can
been
name you three.
another position besides the quarterback in the last 10. I'm gonna say the
Saquon
last
Barkley.
10 years.
Barkley.
Saquon Barkley.
One in the last
I
10
just
years.
want to say
Saquon Barkley.
In the last
Saquon
10,
Barkley.
that one.
No,
in
it's
the last
more.
10 years,
I can
but
keep going.
how many
That's
more
it, yeah.
is
Hold on.
quarterbacks every year?
Exactly.
Quarterback every year.
three.
Zeke.
Yeah,
Okay,
Zeke.
I
Zeke.
can keep going.
And him.
Zeke.
But this
head.
quarterback,
I can keep going.
95% of Heisman winners are quarterbacks.
Not anymore.
Not
Bullshit.
necessarily. Not
Bullshit.
necessarily.
This is just the first two incidents that you can name me that is
last
true.
quarterback to win the Heisman Trophy is now in the Cleveland Browns. That's the last one.
Kyler Murray won a Heisman.
No.
And Kyler Murray
He
won a
said
Heisman.
did you just say the last quarterback that won the Heisman is now in Cleveland?
Yes.
Negative.
Who was the next one?
Because RG3 won one
I ain't
Yeah.
talking after he just said he's talking
in the
about
last
now.
10 years.
In the
Yeah,
last
yeah,
10
yeah,
years.
yeah.
10
Last
years.
10 years.
RG3, Cam Newton.
All right, okay. I didn't
I'm
hear
about
the
to
10
say.
year part.
But
Yeah, 10 years.
if we talk about
What I'm
quarterbacks,
saying to
RG3.
you is that
Yeah.
at the end of the day, the league is changing.
Yes, it is.
It was a quarterback's league.
It still is a
What's
quarterback league.
happening now is they're getting away from the quarterback because they're going old school.
Actually, I'm sorry. I'm totally in disagreement with that because the way they protect the quarterback nowadays, you got hot chew and fall on the quarterback and that's a flag.
You talking about referees?
It doesn't matter whether you that, but these are the rules that the referees are enforcing from the NFL, my man.
I think they have to.
From the, that's right, they have to. That means
Do you
it's
know
more
why?
of a quarterback. You're making my point.
And do you know
It's
why?
more of a
Do you
quarterback
know why?
league.
Do you know
They
why?
have to protect the quarterback.
Do you
Tom
know-
Brady can't take a hit that Terry Bradshaw took.
Excuse me. Do you know why they're protecting the quarterback?
Why are they protecting the quarterback?
Michael Vick is why.
Strong
Alex
reason.
Smith is why.
Yeah, that's true.
Strong reason.
Actually,
reason.
if we go back in time, a man named Lawrence Taylor
Yeah.
took out
Okay.
our
Troy
quarterback.
Aikman?
Nah, it wasn't Troy Aikman.
No,
he
he
took out
took
our
out
quarterback.
Joe
Okay,
Joe
Heisman.
okay. I
Joe
give you that.
Heisman,
I remember
Joe
that.
Heisman.
I'm saying to you
I
is
remember that.
But
the
Why they
NFL
LT
While
What's
the left
on-
tackle and the right tackle
But what's
position
on C?
is the highly
The
paid.
It was on C.
It's changing.
Yeah.
It's going back to the old
It
school
changed every
days.
year.
It's not.
NFL changed
Because
every
you
year.
can't even carry a player back 5 yards and say that's where they're down at. No, now we got something called forward progress. There is no, it's not going back to the old days. I am totally against that. No,
It's
you're wrong.
changing in the aspect of what teams are looking to do. They are using their defense to win that.
They're using the defense to
Some
win, but their
teams use
defense
that.
are.
Okay, so if that's the case here, so let me bring up this valid point before we got to go off air.
Oh, you good right now.
Okay, so last year's Super Bowl, everybody criticized it because it was a defensive Super Bowl
Exactly.
game. Wait a minute, hold on.
Straight defense.
Wait a minute. It was straight defense. It was nothing about. It was everything about defense.
Yeah.
Last year, everybody. Oh, Troy Aikman got taken out by LeVar Arrington.
That's what I thought.
So, yeah.
Now,
I knew that.
right.
That nigga was dead.
Right. So
On the wrong
here's-
sideline.
Here's what everybody's talking about this year. Everybody said last year's Super Bowl was the boringest Super Bowl ever in history.
Right, yes.
But when you had a Super Bowl, because it didn't put up the numbers
Correct.
that everybody was on the scoreboard talking
So
about.
I'm telling you,
Now,
it's changing.
everybody
it's so
last,
defensive.
everybody year before last said that, oh man, the Super Bowl just was went up in numbers. Everybody was talking about the Super Bowl. Oh, it was too high scoring of a game. It was this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
So is it that the fan base here doesn't know what the hell they want? Or is it that the NFL, like you said, is grooming back into this is about defense winning championship games here?
But not to cut you off.
I can't really say.
I'm
it's about
about to
defense
tell you
when
what
it's
it is.
games.
Hold up.
Defense.
Because if it was,
Hold on,
let me
I'm
get mine out. I'm gonna let you get yours, brother. If it
I'm
was,
gonna get mine out before.
if it was all about defense winning championships, then you'll be able to hit.
Right.
You'll not be able. You can't hit nowadays. If you hit and you hit a person the wrong way, you're gone.
Yeah.
That's
Simple as that.
That's true.
Defense back in the day, you can hit a person the wrong way, and there's no flag being thrown about that.
Yeah, that's
The
true.
time has changed. A wide receiver could come across the middle and catch the ball, and you cannot pump that wide receiver before their feet turn down on them grinding.
That's
So
true.
the defense is not going back to the way it was.
It kinda is.
It's not.
And actually,
What's
hold
up?
up. I break different because every year after every offseason, the league changed the rule.
Correct.
Now they got what's this? The field goal, not the field goal, not you got
It
the
used to be the field goal.
used to be field goal. Now you got the
the
kickoff.
helmet and helmet.
Right.
You got the kickoff, then you got the helmet and helmet. Then
The
you
kickoff
got,
rule never changed though.
Do you understand why they're changing?
yeah, I understand it because it's for
Safety
Safety.
purposes.
for safety purpose
Yeah,
of,
right,
of
but-
protocol.
All of
I
what you
understand
just
that.
mentioned about back in the
Safety
day.
purposes.
It's like I
CTE is
understand
coming
that
around.
too. I understand.
So how is it reversed?
By you
back
doing,
to the
I'm gonna
way
tell
it
you
was?
why.
by the NFL doing that, you taking less fun from the game for what people want to
Some
see.
people,
But you're
okay.
Some people want to see it. Some people.
but you're getting more slack right now because
Yeah.
of CTE.
What you're
Yeah.
saying is,
My
a lot of
thing
people
is,
want to see the half line.
my thing is,
More
what
passion.
I want to see, as far as I can speak for everybody in this room.
Right.
If you watch wrestling, we want to see the attitude early.
Right.
People get hit
Exactly.
left and right, ambulance on the field. Make the game exciting.
Right.
I agree.
There
with
was
that.
That's what we want to see.
But that's what I'm telling you. The coaches in the league are now reverting back to the old ways of defense wins championship.
Yeah.
When you look at this past draft, I said it to you sitting right across from you when we hosted the show.
Yeah.
I said this is a defensive draft.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
it is.
Everything came out the draft minus a handful with your team taking the quarterback, and then everything else came
And the
out
Giants.
was
Yeah.
pretty much defensive.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're building defenses. Because they're turning this league back into exactly what he just argued.
And then
That Super Bowl you just watched,
on top of that,
where it was a defensive battle.
Unfortunately,
on top of that, you got a lot of defensive players.
Unfortunately,
and a lot of
today,
centers coming
day
out
and
small.
time, and I'm gonna be honest because I've watched football back then, I've watched football in the '90s, and
Right.
I've watched football in the millennium.
Right.
Okay, today's time and time, people actually want to see people put numbers up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't honestly say what Patrick Mahomes was doing was not exciting.
It was.
He was
It was.
dropping numbers on people.
Right.
So people like to see
When he
numbers
had the
up.
right people.
People do not like to see one of their favorite players get hit and hurt.
Right.
No.
Hey,
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Hey, I got a very good
Middle linebacker.
I got a very good comment here.
Right.
the NFL. This is from David Curry. The NFL has all rules, has all the rules because they don't want to see another body bag game, and that was our game. Redskins versus the Eagles.
The last.
Wait a minute. Because of the fact of the matter is that it was like players was just dropping down from every which way, and there was nobody left but other players just playing off the bench and everything, filling their voids. So the NFL does not want to see another game like that, though. Even though the game was very interesting, and it went down to the last wire of the game, nobody wants to see that no more because all the players went down, and there was nobody on the field that we knew about because it was all rookies. It was all special teams. It was all everything. We got to wrap this show up a little bit. We got 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Take your 30 seconds.
No, you got 3 minutes. So at the end of the day, they don't want to see like what it used to be back in the day when people used to get hurt day in and day out, and the ambulance come on the field. So they're trying to protect everything that's prospected around them.
I agree with that.
You know what I'm saying? So
whole point again.
Take it.
My 30 seconds. The NFL, the shield that we love so much, is becoming flag football, y'all. Flag.
I can kind of attend to
hey dog, that's a flag, dog.
I can kind of.
That's my 30 seconds.
Take your 30 seconds. Well, in my opinion, I can agree with that, and I would have to say that I like the new league, but I also don't like the new league because I understand what you're trying to protect, and you're trying to protect these players from CTE, getting all these concussion cases. So I can kind of respect that, though, but let these boys go out there and just play, and we'll worry about what we got to worry about later down the road.
Well, I mean, the shield is always going to be the shield, but I don't go away from what I said. The league is absolutely changed. 2-3 years ago, I would have took you at that argument. It's quarterback's league. It's not that now. It is migrating away from flash in the pants, scoring like it was. It's now turning into a defensive league, and as you can see, every team now is building on their defense. That's why they're drafting young. That's why they're migrating to pulling some of these vets in that can teach. Because they're trying to build their defenses so they can win championships. It's migrating its way back.
So, this last comment, we're going to take a last comment, and then I'm going to let Miguel wrap up the last parts of the show.
hey, get the music ready.
The NFL stands for not for long.
Bingo! Hey, whoever said that, pay.
That was from Mr. Curry himself.
Well, we
you ain't getting paid.
Well,
Hear that.
we mentioned
You got to bring this on with us. You ain't getting paid.
We mentioned that on the last show. I brought that up.
Yeah.
It's
Pay.
a strong possibility that come 2022.
But we're going to wrap this show up. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all having a good time. And my fellow co-workers, brothers.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Tonight's show was great.
Tonight's show was great. Hope y'all enjoy. But until next time, it's going to be a little different. Bring your A game. Take it out.
Hey, y'all, I'm Mark, a.k.a. The Vet. This is B-Love.
These nuts.
Dougie Doug, baby. Dougie Doug.
Dougie Doug. That's Miguel. And y'all been fantastic tonight with y'all comments. We thank y'all for watching.
Y'all ain't been fantastic. Y'all been amazing.
Hey, we'll close it out. We'll see y'all next week.
I holla.
Peace.